Hello, brothers and sisters. I hope all is well. Hope you had a fabulous day. High five. Loving on yourself, being grateful, doing all the good things to keep yourself sane in a crazy world. We have to. We have to keep our vibes high so we can navigate through this crazy world. Let's get to our dinging. If you have earbuds in, it'll be a loud sound. Get the negative out, bring the positive in. Get the negative out, bring the positive in. Give some to you. Take that vibration, claim it, bring it all into you so you can have better days in life. We're going to get to our Power Thought cards. Let's see what they have to say today. Okay, what do you have for the collective? What do you have for the person watching the video? I listen with love to my body's messages. Okay, so you need to take care of your body. Your body is telling you something. Listen. My body is always working toward optimum health. My body wants to be whole and healthy. I cooperate and become healthy, whole, and complete. With all the different things that go on in this world, especially the stuff that's on our shelves, a lot of it's not very healthy. So we have to actually make a conscious effort in order to pick the good things that our body needs to nourish us. So that is key in taking care of your health. Not only the food that we consume, because the gut is a major, major part of the rest of our body, our mental, our physical, our emotional health. It has to do with all of it. So you need to be mindful what you're putting in your gut. And as well, if you're under stress, that can make your body go hayward as well. So you need to be mindful of that. Some things we can't control in life. Sometimes we just have to let those go. And in order for to let those go, you have to be okay with yourself. And you have to reprogram your mind in order to let those go. Because there's things that are going on around the world that none of us have any control of. Just the powers that want to be kind of thing have control over it now. And that's what's making us fight one another, right? I mean, that's a whole different situation. I'm here to bring the love. So I want you to go out there and love on people and be mindful on what you're ingesting in your brain, in your mouth, in your ears, and in your eyes. Because that could change your whole demeanor and actually change your whole life if we allow it to build up that way. So we want to not allow those things to come into our life and affect us that way. We need to put up some shields around us, put the white light around you, walk with spirit, and, let's move forward and have unity and love. That's where I'm at. Are you there? All right. So you let it go and you raise your vibes. So we're on the journey. Let's see what they have to say today. What do you have for the collective? Let's see. Oh, death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Now, this doesn't mean that it's a loved one that's coming through. This could just mean that it's a death of something in your life. Like one of those tower moments. And those are actually beginning. So you need to look at it as something has moved itself out of the way so you can restart and rebuild, right? Anything that goes on to our lives, if it comes to an end, we have to, we have to feel our feels, move forward, and know that something better is coming for you, right? And if you have that kind of belief, let me tell you, it will come forth for you. And there's blessings in endings and there's blessings in beginnings. So you have to look at it kind of with the silver lining, right? And once you get to that part of your life, life does become a little easier because you have your outlook changed and looking at something very differently. So let's see what the book says. So something is obviously coming to an end in your life, and It's okay. Just tell yourself that it's okay. And it's going to be okay. And that could be friendships, that could be relationships, that could be your career, could be anything that's coming to an end. But remember, it's all happening because there's a reason why it's happening, because it's not meant for you any longer. Death is an illusion. It's a fact of life that human body we use to travel the earth must eventually stop working. It's not meant to exist forever. The energy and consciousness that inhabit the body is free and returns to its natural home, but it never abandons us. Now that's talking about your soul. Learn to view death as merely a change, and everything must change. Because stagnancy extinguishes progress. The same is true for a relationship or a career. We just spoke of that. A soul lesson may be completed, and it is time to move beyond this point of familiarity and expand into new horizons of learning and development. And that probably is the silver lining that it's trying to tell you, that you need to kind of get uncomfortable and do something different, do something new. And learning and growing is the most magical part of our bodies and ourselves and our soul. This is a wonderful opportunity to thank those other souls in your life who have shared part of your path and taught you so much. So if something is leaving you at this moment in your life and you're upset and sad about it, and that's perfectly okay, because we do still have to go through the motions of the feels, right? Because we're emotional beings. So we need to go through the motions and the feels. But don't live there, and just understand that there's something better that's coming for you, and it will show itself in due time. It may not be right at this moment that this is happening, but it will show itself in due time. So keep your eye out for the lesson, keep your eye out for the signs, and keep your eye out for different opportunities that will come forth. And sometimes we do need to sit in solitude and reflect on why it all happened, because you need to understand if this is truly the ending of it all. And if it is, then you need to let it go. You can't hold on to that. You need to let it go, right? If you're putting stuff out into the universe that you want this to happen and that to happen and this to happen, then it will happen. Because if you're out there complaining, say for a job, for instance, you're out there complaining about the job or this or that, the universe is like, okay, well, they don't want this. They're not very thankful or grateful for this particular job or career. We're just going to shut it down. And then things will come into play and things will happen. And you'll be like, oh my God, what happened? Right? It's because you're putting that out into the universe as well. So be mindful. Words are spells. Be mindful what you're saying. You know, when it comes to your own life, about other people, those kinds of things, right? So this is just a moment, and you're going to be okay. So remember that you're going to be okay. Better things are coming for you. Earth Magic. Let's see what this one has to say for us today. All right. Earth Magic, what do you have today to show us? Clouds. Shape-shifting. Clouds are magical. The real ones, anyway. They're very magical. And the shape-shifting is because as you see them move across the sky, they're actually forming into different things. Sometimes you see things in the clouds, and that could be a sign from the universe too. If you see something in the cloud, like an animal or an angel or something that's near and dear to your heart, that may be a sign from the universe that whatever you're thinking and doing at that moment is going to come into fruition. So far, I mean, listen to your body. That's absolutely normal, and we should be doing that anyway. So if there's an ending coming, maybe you are shape-shifting into doing something better in your own life. Let's see what the book says. I like it so far. What do you think? So that is 32. Oh, this is a little bit of a long one. When tiny droplets of water or frozen crystals are surrounded by billions of other droplets of crystals, a cloud is formed. Each of these tiny droplets diffuse and scatter light so that the tops of the clouds are white, then fade to gray toward the base. The nature of cloud formation affects our mood as well as our temperature on the ground and in the air. And it so does affect our mood. Once the cloud goes over that sun, like we so rely on the sunshine for our happy endorphins that come. It does help us with our vitamin D. It does so many magical things. The sun is absolutely wonderful. So when we have a few cloudy days in a row, we do feel it in our moods, right? Their shape, movement, and coloration tell us what the weather to expect in the near future, and they nourish our visual hunger during breathtaking sunrises and sunsets. Absolutely. Most of us have had the opportunity at one time or another to notice the shapes and forms clouds take as they drift gently or boldly across the sky, constantly shifting and changing, adjusting themselves to requirements of their nature. When we take the time to simply observe, we can see the cloud people, images that are elegant collaborations between nature and our imagination. And we did talk about that in the beginning. In both subtle and more dramatic ways, you can shape-shift by your choice of clothing, hairstyle, adornments, and even mannerisms such as facial expressions, gestures, and the way you walk. And the whole thing about that too is depends on your confidence, right? If you have higher confidence, you walk differently. If you get dolled up for the day or whatever and feel very magical, you do walk differently. And your energy and your aura shines very differently. By adjusting these along your internal attitude, you can actually display different personas. When you experiment with these variations of self-expression that are not how you originally presented self, others will react to you, depending on the degree in which your persona contrasts with the one they are most familiar with. Be like the clouds as you try out different forms, stretching your limits at times, willing to move and adjust as necessary. Lift your head up, square your shoulders, and stand tall such that your chest and heart are open to the world. Yeah, we definitely need to do that. You know why? Because there is so many people going around today with walking like this, and with their head down to the ground, eyes to the ground. That's not self-confidence at all. That's a lot of hurt in here, is what I gather from that energy. And they're not willing to deal with it. Because if you're willing to deal with something, you would stand tall, shoulders back, have your heart out, and just take on the world and enjoy it and look it around. We need to be aware of all of our surroundings, because like that, anything could happen out of the blue. And if you're not aware of your surroundings, then how would you know, right? Where am I here? You may feel vulnerable at first, but stay with it. Then let your shoulders fall forward slightly, pull your chest inward an inch or two, and let your head drop a little. Observe how this feels. You feel very different when you do that, right? Experiment with contracting your aura, your energy field, then expand it as far as you comfortably can. By this kind of shape shifting, you can consciously choose your expressions into the world. Just remember who you are at the core. Now that goes with smiling as well. If you go around smiling all the time, it changes your persona and how people view you too, because it lifts up your energy and your aura. So this is why I always say, smile at people. People need it more than you'll ever know. Do something kind for somebody. Say hi, And I mean, sometimes you won't even get a reaction. Sometimes you light them up. And sometimes people just totally ignore you. That's just the way it is. And that's okay. Don't take that personally. It has nothing to do with you. And nothing to do with you. It has all to do with them and how they're living their journey. But if we start doing that, we can be contagious. You know, wouldn't you want to be the person going down the street think, oh, this person's always smiling. This person's always doing this. Always happy-go-lucky. Always, you know what I mean? I mean, who gives a shit what anybody thinks about you in my reality? But wouldn't it feel nice if somebody thought nice of you? Yeah. So let's get on that train. Let's be that nice person. You know? Just don't let nobody take advantage of you. Like I say, man, takers to take. So put your boundaries up. All right. Empath. Empowerment. What do you have for us today? So I hope you go out and stand tall every day this week. Give it a try. Ooh. Ask a dream for guidance. So before you go to bed, think of something nice or that you want to come into fruition and see if it'll come into your dreams. Dreams offer wisdom beyond logic. Tonight, ask a question. See, there you go. Tonight, ask a question before bed. In the morning, write down a dream and look for the answer. Yes, if you're able to dream, you'll find a lot of wisdom in your dreams, even the scary ones. There's something obviously you have to deal with in order for you to figure out why your subconscious is bringing that forth, right? So you have to look for the stuff that's in that particular dream in order for you to figure out what your answer is. But I got faith in you. I know you can do it. So if you're dreaming, ask the question. And I wanted to also say too, when you are actually, before you go to bed, and you're looking at all the negative stuff on the internet, whatever, and, you know, the craziness going on in the world or whatever, that's negative vibes. That's what you're going to sleep with. And that's what you're putting in your subconscious before you go to sleep. So if you go to bed like that, you could totally wake up angry because that's how you went to bed. And if you decide, okay, I'm not going to do this before I go to bed, and I'm going to start putting positive things and listen to affirmations or watch something positive, anything that's in the positive nature, then you'll go to bed and your subconscious will have that be the last thing it looked at, right? Because your consciousness, your subconsciousness, it's like a stamp. It stamps everything on it. So when you're actually going into that sleep mode, because you go into like the REM stage, right? And you're like, ooh, whatever the last thing you looked at, and that's what's picturing, right? Because it's like a movie playing back there, right? Until you actually close your eyes and it's somber, and that's when the movie begins. And that's why you get certain dreams, right? But take the lessons from those dreams as well, because those dreams do have answers. Anyways, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I am so blessed that you keep coming back, and thank you to the new subscribers. I so appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and of course comment. And you know, let's get everybody loving on each other. Can we do that? I am so hopeful that that will happen. I have faith in humanity. I do believe we're going to get there. Anyways, bye for now. Love and light. We'll talk to you soon.